Hello Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. This series is called If You Have Been Waiting for a Sign 2, and we will also have the This Is It part. So let's pick from the only major arcana deck of Martial tradition. So your first message and your second message. Now we are going to add some layer and context to your reading, Cancer friends. For Sun, Moon and Rising Cancers out there, you can watch it for your Sun, Moon and Rising signs. And here is your clarification number 1, clarification number 2. Okay, so the first message and the second message. Okay, first of all, I am a Cancer too, so this reading also really excites me. I was very curious about June's energy in the cards. Yes, astrologically, of course, we are pretty much aware of the planetary influences for June. But, you know, tarot is something else, because for the collective readings of the sign, it really brings that collective themes for the signs. And, of course, there is a kind of a storytelling quality there. So I was very curious about this reading, and I am seeing cards in a very interesting fashion. Justice and Delirante is like the Justice stands like a figure which is going to handle a particular chaos to be, but this is actually our inner shift, and this is actually our outer action. I see this reading quite introspective. I see with the Justice energy, frankly, quite karmic and very powerful. I think this is going to be like a recalibration, Cancer friends. So here is the story. Cancer, as a Justice energy with the Delirante, this is standing as, yes, as something like there has been something unfair, very confusing, or it was emotionally foggy for you, but it seems we are going to clear some air with those Justice scales. We're gonna align those scales, and it's gonna start with clarity. So if you have been waiting for a sign, Cancer, to bring clarity to a very chaotic situation, or if you were if you have been waiting for a sign to really speak your truth, and maybe there has been a lot of confusion and emotional distortions for you, I think this is it. Justice energy, of course, it's about balance and truth. Justice can be also, by the way, archetypically, it can, in my readings, it can sometimes come as the strict mother archetype, and some chaos around mothers, mothership, or something in that nature. Of course, as Justice being the truth, cause and effect, and the balance in the more in the other archetypal sense, Delirante really here changed the tone, I think, because it's the madness card, literally, in the Sibillas. It's confusion, it's noise, disorientation. So something orderly and something as chaos we have, right? So that in a place where we were expecting justice and what's fair, there was actually injustice then, and something felt really unfair. But this can be also because of the unclear thinking too, or a particular emotional overwhelm too, or there has been a manipulative energy around you too. You know, it is the internal energy is more inviting us to think like this. For instance, there is a situation and you think you were wronged, okay? But actually, maybe you haven't seen all the sides of this situation. Maybe there was a relationship dynamic and there was confusion and guilt going on. Maybe a situation which is like super unfair. Maybe you were unfair to yourself, like constantly blaming yourself, or maybe you were justifying something that simply doesn't need your overcaring anymore. You know, there can be some things in context there, and this situation was making us, I think, mentally spiraling. It's that emotional loop. Oh yeah, it was like a loop, and it was very hard. And I think for the last at least 6 months, I think this was going on, Cancer. Now, justice energy is not here to punish, but it's, I think, more of like a liberating energy from a particular distorted perception. So in a situation, I think, where you have been mentally spiraling, where you were like emotionally looping, it is telling you to how to say, stopping to kind of negotiating with something full of confusion. Like, how to say, we try to negotiate with something, but it is just the confusion and nothing else, and bringing that distorted perception. We need to seek the clarity we deserve, Cancer. So if you have been seeking the clarity that you deserve, this is it. Okay, this is it. The path forward is Hermit and Speranza, giving us the hope. Now, it's very pure. It's a very pure, fragile, divine hope. And the Hermit is not the retreat, I feel. This is more of like an illumination through a solitude. It's not a retreat. I think it is asking you to shut out the noise, the world's noise, to find your own light again. And as the hope is also right here, it tells you that the clarity you are actually seeking is not gonna come from confrontation. It won't come from trying to make others understand. It's not gonna come from you try to explain yourself. Sometimes we over-explain ourselves, right? We try to make them understand. The clarity is not gonna come from that confusion, like something we negotiate with the confusion. The clarity will come from that quiet space of hermit. It's gonna come from that little prayer. It's gonna come from that journaling, if you will, or maybe some time in nature. It's simply unplugging yourself. So this is how you're gonna have the clarity. It is actually asking you to you know, you don't have to prove your worth, or you don't have to win an argument here. Okay, let them tell the last thing, doesn't matter. Here you are being called to remember who you are, Cancer. When all the world goes silent after that big overwhelm and confusion. So in our society, sometimes, you know, going inward means like someone get lost or something, but going inward doesn't mean we are lost or something. It's that the illumination, the clarity we look for is gonna come through a compass, and that compass us inside of us. The answers we need is not out there, is not at the lips between a person. The answers are in that quiet place that we have been maybe avoiding to be in. And sometimes, you know, Delirante is such a card, like we try to entertain some kind of a chaos as like a truth. We take chaos as a truth, but actually chaos is transitional energy. And you stop justice, stop entertaining the chaos, Delirante. And if you are seeking that solitude, solitude is not a punishment. You have to find the path to peace, and you don't need an external validation for that. You need just trust yourself. So I think there has been a storm of miscommunication, maybe those assumptions, maybe crossfire, you know, like you were in between like two lands, like no man's land. However, your stillness you find will reveal what this noise conceal inside. Bring out that Cancer. You got to bring that out. I want to get one oracle card for you. So here is a supportive energy through stepping into the Hermit and Speranza energy. Incredible. Wow. Open your heart to love. Well, June is going to have Jupiter in Cancer, and maybe this is going to shift a lot of things in our lives as Cancerian people. And it's quite a soft contrast to the Hermit's energy. it's a very contrast energy, this harsh deliranti, but it invites us to more tenderness, like this emotional permission we need to give ourselves. I think after overthinking, after all the emotional confusion, this is actually why you felt like you needed to retreat to protect yourself. I will tell you something. After the sacred solitude, you have a let's say there is a risk of building some hard walls, okay? And yeah, you can protect yourself there. Sometimes we Cancer, we hide our softness because we know that it's not going to be met with clarity or kindness, and we are often right to take those spaces. But now I would say after the sacred solitude, don't build a wall, okay? Don't build a wall, but rather build a don't build a wall, but rather build a door, I would say. And if you feel still feel vulnerable, this is not weakness. Our vulnerabilities are truth, which is actually made visible. So it's okay to protect your heart, but don't freeze it, okay? Because there is someone here and something, even this can be a part of you, Cancer, which is still worthy of your love. And if you have been waiting for a sign to stop carrying some kind of a guilt, or to stop doubting your light, or to stop closing off, this is it, Cancer, okay? Your heart still works, and let that love in again. It's a beautiful reading which has built itself magnificently, and I hope it can be helpful for the month of June. Cancer, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed my presentation of this reading. If you have personal tarot questions to me, you can always come to my live streams called Karo is Answering Your Tarot Questions Too. If this is your first time in the channel, please check the description box below to see how we operate in the channel, and speak to you soon in the next readings. Bye bye.